Hey, Kevin Manthei here. I thought it would be fun if I scored the trailer for our newest bundle, which is called The First 10. First 10 is our first 10 sample libraries that have been released, and we have a really nice package of it. And let's just jump in right now. And I have, as you can see on the screen here, I've got the Ghost Cello, Ghost Ukelin, feedback drones, tongue drum, bars, shortwave, cinematic toy piano, cinematic solo effects, ambient winter bells, and Roadtrip Percussion. Because of the time period here and just trying to get things done quickly and also show off the library, I thought we could start with Roadtrip Percussion with some loops. So I have just this first one loaded in. It's Roadtrip Percussion loops, 140 beats per minute. And then I dropped this one loop in here. I thought this kind of sounded good for the very beginning here, at least to start. So let's just get going. What if we had that start maybe at measure 11? So let's try that. Probably should have played the trailer for you right from the beginning. See that? Then at the end, we got the Roadtrip Percussion here at 19. It's a big. Oh, that's cool. I like that. Maybe we want to start off with that. And then maybe it goes right into this. It's kind of cool. I don't know how these will work together. Let's see how they jive. This one's definitely louder. Turn that down. That's cool. Could go a little bit faster. If we tried 160. So all these loops are easily changeable as far as tempos. Let's try 140. So at 130, bar 4 hits right on Ghost Cello. There we go. And then we can change it up maybe here. I'm going to have this repeat every 4 bars. Let's grab a second. Okay, we have the second menu already loaded, so let's. So just trying to see if I could add a little bit here with that second one. cool. How about this one? Can be a little bit off. Okay, that's kind of cool. So then we got. That's cool. Let's do that. All right. Let's just have that come on right on the downbeat. All right, well, that's enough percussion for now. Let's see if we can get an interesting pulse going. So shortwave was created by capturing shortwave radio signals, like legit right off of the internet radio, of actual shortwave radio pulses and signals and sounds, and then I manipulated them to create a sample library. Change it up there, so that would be that first part. So that's a little bit of shortwave. Let's go to feedback drones for a bass. Feedback drones is created purely from feedback, musical feedback, more from speakers doing feedback in a studio environment versus like feedback from guitar amplifiers. So here we've got a bunch of basses. Let's, I don't know, Snappy Tormentor. Let's just start with. All right, well, I kind of got a little lick there, a little bit behind the beat. Okay, let's quantize that. Okay, got a little bit of filter. Let's do some filter and volume in the beginning. Yep, cool, up an octave. Let's do another bass to go with that. Let's try a subby. So they can... That'll just kind of be a nice add to it. Okay, let's do something kind of funny. I'm gonna go to Cinematic Toy Piano. We have so many hidden things in Cinematic Toy Piano. There's all this cool modular stuff that you would have no idea is in here. Check out the pulses. We'll just literally grab the first thing here. Kind of cool. Let's see if that could work. Let's see what else Cinematic Toy Piano has to offer us. How about a muted bell? Oh, that mainframe looks kind of cool too. What the heck? It's subtle, but it's fun. It's fun to have layers, right? All right, let's keep going with the Cinematic Toy Piano. Let's do I want to check out this mainframe one. We can kind of hear some toy piano in there, can't you? So I like that minor second cluster kind of vibe. Okay, it's kind of cool. Let's try, since we are on Ghost Cello now, why don't we try something with Ghost Cello? Fast, aggressive rips. Now check this out. Transpose these down. Kind of bring us into that. I like that. Now, let's show you the engines, how quickly we can add some effects. So let's go to the send effects. Let's add the delay. Make sure there's some nice feedback on it. Loud and happening a little bit, not as fast. So that's cool. Let's add a little more gain. There we go. I do like the second one, but it's sort of like hitting on nothing. What if we have it hit on the Ghost Ukelin? So, okay, let's add a gliss, Solpont gliss down now. We'll add some delay, kind of like what we were doing before. Yeah, that's cool. And then this one's a little early. Okay, now let's add another ghost cello because that's what we're doing right now. Let's add bendy low drone, could be cool. All right, let's try that. Yeah, that kind of works nice so that before the bass from the feedback drones comes in. So I'm liking that. Let's I'm going to show you on the output. You can just turn on the EQ real quick and also compressor helps a little bit. Just get a little bit bigger. Also, I was wondering, maybe we should just wait to bring it in here, and then just get out sooner. Now we're going to do Ghost Ukelin. So let's pull up some Ghost Ukelin stuff. Ghost Ukelin is great for horror. Ukelin is an instrument that was created in the 1800s. It's really hard to describe. You'll have to look on our website for pictures of it, what it looks like. And it's this kind of tabletop tiny thing, but it's got so much attitude. Let's try this bowed tremolo atonal wisps. Okay, now we're on feedback drones. So we got to do something a little more interesting here. We've got the two basses. Let's do a rhythmic, like kind of, these are pulses. We call them rhythms for feedback drones. Let's see how that sounds. I like that. Okay, I do think we still need like an actual feedback drone. So let's, got a pretty cool one called Old Yeller. Let's do that one. See if we can get some of that going. What's cool about these is they kind of work. filter on it to start out with. Feedback Drones has a lot of great leads and also pads. I like that. Choosing not to add any external reverbs, just only using the engine itself. So let's just add a regular verb. Nothing too... I think we could have a little bit of delay. Thinking of 2 chords for this. Yeah, that worked. Now we're on tongue drum, so let's do some authentic mallets. We don't want soft. It's got to cut through. So I'll do 5 in the span of 4. Let's just listen to that by itself. It's cool. I like how it kind of got a little bit louder. Okay, tongue drum's going to start here, and then bars is going to add. We're going to take this same material and we're going to copy and paste it into bars. So we've got glockenspiel, Tibetan bells, tiny marimba, and a Chinese chime. And I think I want to do glock first, and then we're going to do Chinese chimes. We're going to do them together. Let's see how that works. So, and then also I can do... Sounds nice. So what's kind of cool about bars is with the mod wheel, you go between mod wheel down is dry, and mod wheel up is all the way up is the room mic. So it's like you can just have instant access, quick way to go between dry and room mic. And then if you put your modulation somewhere in the middle, it'll be a little bit in the middle of those 2 mic positions, so you get a little bit of both. So that's kind of cool. I forgot to add it to the chimes. These are the Chinese chimes. And these are instantly, can transpose them up and down an octave or whatever you want. I'm going to put them down an octave. Okay, cool. And then let's add a little bit of black hole on my FX1, Eventide black hole. Add a little bit. So now these are going to be a little more ethereal. A little chaotic. Okay, let's see how that sounds. Okay, I like how that comes in. What if our volume, though, let's just draw in some volumes so that's like we can get up to the high volumes, just not like super quickly. Same thing here. We'll start out a little bit lower and bring it in, because that tongue drum is just not as flat. There you go. That's cool. Then now it feels like it ushers us into shortwave. Okay, so shortwave we already have. That's cool. Do you remember this? We had those little things, so actually that's going to sound cool. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just literally copy and paste this over to shortwave and then have it come in. Shortwave kind of comes in roughly around here. In fact, we could even take like the last two of that one. Oh, that's kind of cool, and it's even an octave lower. You know what? That's kind of cool, like with da-da-da-da-da-da, and then let's see. What I want to do in shortwave, it has some cool transitional swells, seismic chatter swells. Okay. All right, so check this out. Now we're going to give it a little bit of, okay. Okay, I like that. Let's just see if that can cut through here. It's going to build throughout the shortwave section. Okay, good. So now I just have to maybe a little bit more. It's kind of like a suspended state. It still could happen sooner. Oh, Cinematic Toy Piano comes up next. Well, let's just give it some toy piano. Cinematic Toy Piano, processed authentic. Could we do staccato megaverb? It's just basically got some attitude. Toy piano, but with attitude. Okay. Let's do, I almost feel like it wouldn't be the end of the world if the shortwave kept going. Let's put this one down an octave. I think it should stay in that key. I don't think it should go up. Okay, let's get a weird. Let's do another cinematic toy piano. Let's do a soundscape. Fluttering shards. some verb on it already. And then we can also make the release a little bit shorter. It's really easy to adjust these kind of things with the engine. Let's just do that bottom note. It's freaking out. Let's also quantize it because it's got kind of a rhythm. See, that's cool. It just gives it a little bit of edge. Like if you listen to just this on its own, and then listen to it with the, just kind of gives it a modern edge, which is working for me. Okay, now we're at cinematic solo effects. So much cool stuff in this library. It's crazy. It's let's just look at it real quick. So it's got, we did it by the it's got flutes, clarinet, bass clarinet, saxes, and trumpet. And then same with the processed and pulses. The processed and pulses is with the same thing. So let's go with let's try, there's some really neat arpeggiations within the flutes. Let's go for flute arps. And I had this first one, trumpet distorted effects. I already had that loaded. Let's see what we could do with that really quick. Let's just do that into the... Wow. Okay, so there we go. This into here. That's kind of cool. Let's see what's going on with our effects. We got verb. Okay, this is a cool one to do that on. Feedback. Yes. Who does not love that? Okay, so now we're down here. You know, ambient winter bells is just like subtle bells, so we're going to have to cheat a little bit and put this over here, I think. And then I had this idea. We'll just draw it in. Let's do some pitch bend. First, we got to set up our 0. Very important. So our rip is not. And then we're going to just bend down, all the way down to Roadtrip Percussion. And we will see what that sounds like. Nice. And it shows off the library a little bit. And now let's go into our... So one thing we did with cinematic solo effects, I have to show you, is there's key switches. So these are all key switches down here, all the red keys. That one's cool, actually. Let's see that one. Did it record? It did. Okay. I feel like we want to change it. First time, I like that. And then the second time. Well, why not? Let's see how that works. You know, we could keep it going over the ambient winter bells and then still add something there from the library. Let's see what happens here. Okay, cool. Well, let's just turn it up. Now we got to turn it up. So, under instrument options, we always keep our libraries at 0, but it's really easy to just go 6 now, plus 6 dB, and then, oops, you know what? Let's just go 12, and then I'll just turn it down with MIDI volume. Oh yeah. Okay. I want to show you some of these cool, weird bass clarinet. The Chernobyl menu is really cool. Sure if that will cut through. That's cool. Into Roadtrip Percussion. Gotta have a big Roadtrip Percussion boom there. Centuryway's interesting. This was a door in Milan, Italy that I sampled that just had a really distinct sound. Okay, well, we're playing the loudness wars. Let's get this to speak. Okay, cool. And then let's do like a... That doesn't work. Saturation can be cool. Jump is crazy. Check this out. That really colors the sound. And then we'll do like a... Almost like how the delay's louder after the first shot. It's kind of a cool effect. Let's try that now. Yeah. Okay, it's on the beat, right? But it's slightly almost like a... Okay, that's cool. That can actually kind of go over the whole Roadtrip Percussion. So let's make that delay a little bit longer. so the feedback will just go longer. So I gotta put in that switch. There. Now let's see. I have a feeling like I actually might want that gain to be a little bit less so that the echo isn't as loud. That's the buzzer. I forgot about that. Okay, that's freaking cool. I think I do like it down low. This comes in slightly early. We could cheat it, come in. Nice. Okay, let's do some bells from Roadtrip Percussion. Anger Tower is in Duluth, Minnesota. It's a Japanese peace bell that was given to the town for some reason. I can't remember. There was some interesting reason why it ended up there. I just feel like I think I want to add some saturation. Just a little bit, and then delay. I want the delay to start later. I like this long fuzz. It gives us some grit. Makes it kind of gritty. Okay, let's just do this and see what happens. I feel like this could come back, the buzzer. A little bit. All right, I'm going to go volume. Need to add some other cool stuff at the end. this last one, work. That one needs to be more muted. So we'll filter. So the filter's on the mod wheel. So we'll just okay, and then for the ending, you know what, we don't have the bells. Let's get some ambient winter bells here. We have some Santa's African baby cowbells. I think that could be cool for during it and maybe the ending. Let's just see what works here. So these are the Santa's bells now down an octave. I think I might do like a minor third with a... So I'm kind of making them sound a little creepy. So I'm playing 3 notes. With a minor third down and the whole thing's down an octave. I think that's just going to be cool. Okay. So let's just do some, I don't know, let's try the sleigh bells here. So this one's got the mod wheel built in, which brings us into some pre-baked so like here's dry. Mod wheel up. It's kind of cool. Okay, I know. Let's put some. We made this like shorter. Kind of cool. All right, so it's subtle. Yeah, cool. This could go an eighth before, and I think. Cool. Just trying to get a little bit of the library, other parts of the library in. Okay, how about a feedback drone? Okay, so I added some stuff at the end, did a little bit of color coding, and just wanted to show you a few of the little adds I did before we wrap this up and play it back. So towards the end, I added some ghost cello. To the end, and there was an interesting effect on the ghost ukulin that I didn't realize was on. I took that off, and then I added this cascading. I added that cascading thing. I continued the bass line throughout the end a little bit as well. In feedback drones, I added this cool Roadtrip Percussion hit. Put that in a few spots. Kind of the same thing a few different times. Shortwave, I added this cool thing. Just to highlight that section a little bit more so that it sounds a little more intriguing. All right, let's play it back and we can check it out. So here we go. Here's what we got. This is all the tracks in the piece. So we kind of end on the fourth. We're in B flat. We end up on an E flat, but that's kind of cool because this trailer is designed to loop. So if I turn on the looping here, let's do that real quick. You'll be able to see sort of what it'll be like when you watch it on the socials. It'll just do that one loop. Okay, so there you have it. There is the trailer I wrote in. I was trying to write it quickly, but it ended up taking a lot longer than I thought. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed that. And I'm going to do another video of just kind of going through this same piece, but in a much quicker fashion now that it's already been written. Just sort of a cue walkthrough. But thanks for hanging around and watching me write this cue. And hope you check out the first 10 collection bundle up at triumphaudio.com. It's really a powerful bundle, and we're super excited about it.